What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me, though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's One Delts. What you telling me, fam?
Show, what you telling us, man? What are you telling us? You know what I mean? Got my guest on here. It's the 24th episode, and it's the 5th of the first 24. You dig?
Come on.
You know what time it is. I got my boy here, Frankie Clarence. This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence. Clarence lives at home with both parents. The parents have a real good marriage. I can't remember the rest.
That's the rest, huh?
I can't remember the rest. What I remember is, ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. I have my boy. It's good to have you, man. It's good to have
Peace,
you on
love,
the
and
show,
joy, man.
Happy New Year, Merry
Blessings,
Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa,
blessings.
all of it, bro.
All of that.
All
Well,
of the good stuff, man.
Technically, not my New Year's until March.
Okay.
It will be March, early April times. That will be my New Year's. So for now, happy 2024.
Amen.
That's what's
Amen.
up,
Amen. Listen, we're just pleased to have you here, man.
We're here,
I
finally.
really appreciate it. Finally. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah, he's throwing digs. He's been getting at us for. Yeah, I mean, he's been getting at us for a couple of months now. Like, yo, you man, what you saying? You've gone quiet. We're like, yo, like, you know, now life gets,
You know,
man.
you know more.
But-
Man, will holler at you. Don't worry, man. Still,
Yeah. We kept saying, yeah, we'll holler, and that holler never hollered, man. That holler never hollered, but we here now.
Out here.
Episode 24 in the 24th year of the 20s. You know what I'm saying? So we here now. So listen, bro, we're glad you're here, man. But I've got a bone to pick with you, bro. I've got a bone to pick with you.
You're not even gonna wait at least 10 minutes in.
No. Everyone's watching. They know Frankie Clarence. They're gonna say, you know what? Everyone wants to ask that exact same question, bro. Why does everyone know you, bro? Bro, everybody knows you, bro. I'm getting messages. Oh, you know Frankie? I'm like, how do you know Frankie, bro? So I'm like, and then you're coming to me saying, oh, you men all know each other. How do you know everybody here? So talk to us, bro. Why are you so deeply connected? Everybody knows Frankie. And that's what's up, man. We want to know.
I wasn't expecting that question. That's a beautiful first question. 3 of the most undervalued words in the English dictionary, in my humble opinion, is I don't know. You're shown with more humility and more sanity when you admit you don't know something, because everyone you meet knows something you don't know.
100%.
I could try and support the answer by, I've just always been blessed to have a certain, as the French would say, je ne sais quoi, essence about myself that resonates to many individuals. I'm currently reading a book which is called The Science of Storytelling, and it says how we got 5 different personality traits.
Okay.
But I kind of adhere to like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So which allows me to always adhere to the right people, and it's always gravitated literally from birth, moved to the country, acting. Now it's just always been keeping a cool brain. I don't need to connect with everyone, but I need to at least be blessed with everyone.
100%. That's probably, even when I'm asking that question, it's not even the fact that everyone knows Frankie, but I also know that you're a blessed guy.
Yeah.
Everyone will say the same thing, like, cool guy, you know what I mean? Easy to get along with, blah, 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 blah. But then here we are. Oh, you know Frankie? What you know? And you know? You too? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, put it this way, I don't think I could ever do something that everyone could attend. It's virtually impossible now. It's like I did on an app,
Okay.
just to see how many people I know around the world. It's now I know directly 71 countries in the world that I know someone in.
Swear down.
And
That's
that's just me directly.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah.
friend of a friend.
Yeah.
We're talking
Not
hundreds now.
multiplying it.
Yeah,
Not multiplying it.
So it's too much numbers for me. So
Yeah, I hear you.
I consider it a blessing that the human that my parents have raised has been something that people in the world appreciate. So if anything, I
100%.
say much love to you guys for accepting who I am.
Nah, come on, man. You're an easy guy to get on with, man. You're a cool guy. You know what I mean? People can't dislike you. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. They can't dislike you. You're just so cool. You're so humble, approachable, easy to speak to. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think if you have those qualities in a person, what's there to dislike unless you're jealous, obviously?
Yeah, so
You know what I
there's many individuals. So you can always be, and unfortunately has been the tendency in my life where I am this eccentric, confident, ambitious person. On paper, I don't fit the quote. I am a person who's not born in the UK. I am a black person. I'm a person with a disability. I come from work class. Everything has gone against me.
Of course, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
And one of the things that I've naturally got from my travels, because I've been to a lot of countries in the world, is the poorest people financially in the world are the most happiest.
I've heard that.
Because they tend to look at things that they have, and we tend to think of things that we don't have. And I've always been grateful for the little things. And I bring it up because people will be, oh, that's admirable. And then admirable will turn into envious, and envious turns into jealousy, and jealousy turns to hate. It's been a recurring thing in my life. I just don't address negativity if you have so much beauty in the world. Nah, let's focus on that a little bit, man. When you look this good,
that's it. That's what's up.
that's it. I will say it's a cocoa butter. I was two things. I was paranoid and concerned coming into the podcast.
Okay, tell us why.
The paranoia thing is because I try to remake a type of moisturizing cream.
Right.
And I think I kind of bottled it and I used it here. So I don't know until the cameras are shown. I'm feeling a little bit ashy at the moment. So I'm a little bit stiff. Normally I'm like, yeah. I'm trying a little something for the new year to see what works for me. So so you may need to color contrast a little bit in the editing.
So there's no color contrast, everything's good.
Yeah, all right,
Everything
cool.
crisp.
Just make me look, then we're all right there, man.
Well, listen, my bro, man, it's good to hear, like, you know, how you've got to where you've got to in terms of you as a person, the experiences you've had. But obviously we know, as you mentioned before, about your life in acting. Yeah, so talk us through it. When was like the day you said, I want to do that? Like, was that something from childhood? Is it something that's come across as life was going on? When did it really hit home for you, like, I want to do this?
I believe it was always there.
Okay.
I believe you speak to my older siblings, my parents, they could probably not be too surprised of where this has gone. Myself, I always enjoyed making people happy.
Okay.
That's always been a thing. I used to have this thing where when I was upset, when I made people upset or let people down, or I didn't make them laugh, I feel like they don't like me.
Really?
And I always had this thing of I don't like to disappoint people. I managed to navigate it to a thing that's beneficial for myself. At that period, it was a lot of things where I'm like, okay, what I need to do. I used to do a lot of school plays, won dance contests, learn all of that from an early age. I would probably say I thought about acting. I can give this story because I've surpassed it now. It's in a good way. The first person who ever believed in me to become an actor was my aunt.
Okay.
I was about, say, 15.
Yeah.
And she went to me, Junior, whatever you want to do, go out and make it happen. Being a teenage kid, you have one street of hair, you're too cool to listen to the elders.
Of course.
I was like, whatever.
Sorry, Mum.
Yeah, sorry, Mum, as well. Okay. I had to just throw it out there for them.
Yeah.
And because of that, I kind of shrugged off and embarrassed them from the family, not knowing that was the last time I was going to see her. She unfortunately passed away a few days later.
My condolences.
Yeah. No, it's something that it's still with me in a beautiful scar now. It was a scar for a while, but now it's just like a scar that I'm made a little tattoo or henna around there.
Okay.
And that was just a wake-up call. Like, that was the first person I knew close that passed away. We knew what death was, but we didn't actually feel it. So that was just like, okay, she said it. All right, how am I going to maneuver it? Coming from a traditional African household, I'm really glad that they told me I had to go to university.
Okay.
When I was at university, I don't even know until now they know, but I started doing stand-up comedy. That was how I got into it. I knew I was never going to remain in stand-up comedy, but I knew that was maybe a gateway.
Get you. Yeah.
So I did a few gigs here and there, and one of the people in the audience was one of the creative producers. So we had Steven Seller, Nicholas Biggs, and Sebastian Joseph. All of them, they said, oh, this is amazing. We've got a few things for Comedy Central. Do you want to collab? And the rest is history, as you say. Yeah, this kind of went a little bit rocky, but we're trajecting it in a different avenue now, which we'll speak about later.
Yeah. I hope you can help me with this one, actually. There was one time I was at my house, I was watching, I don't know where I saw this film. It might have been on Amazon Prime. And it had, what's the boy's name? Wade. Is it Javon Wade?
Javon Wade, yes. Yeah.
So I saw this film come up. So, he's on the front of me. Let me start watching it. I'm watching it and I was like, huh? What's Frankie doing on my TV screen, bro? I'm like, what the fuck?
Was it that recent? Okay.
Yeah. This would have been about maybe a year ago. Yeah,
okay,
the last 2 years. Yeah, and I was watching that, but I can't remember what the name of the film was. And I was just like, what the fuck? That's Frankie, bro. I didn't know you acted. You know what I'm saying? I know you from football.
That's
I was every Sunday night, whatever. And I see that and I was like, raw. So, can you tell me what film that was?
That was The Weekend movie.
That's it. It was The Weekend. Yeah.
One of the many films that my IMDb is quite strong, and through choice.
Mm.
If it was about fame and money, I'll tell you right now, I would have been in Hollywood a long time ago.
Yeah?
Long time ago. I'm telling you, anyone yourself, anyone who's watching it, look at my IMDb. It's
You heard the man.
proper.
You heard the man.
Frankie Clarence, Frank I.E. Clarence. It's solid.
Yeah.
So I lived in the States for a bit,
Okay.
just to test the water, so to speak. And what I came across is something which was an unfortunate reality check. So remember I said earlier I was paranoid and concerned.
Mm.
The concern thing was we're doing this podcast a day after Cat Williams won. So the bars are quite high right now for me, the expectation.
Yeah.
And I exactly understand where he's coming from in terms of all these allegations, stories, conspiracy theories. Most of them are, if not, Cat Williams is an individual who jokes a lot,
Of course.
but he barely lies.
Okay.
Barely lies.
Okay.
So people master humor as in, it's not really real. But no, a lot of the thing is, and it's unfortunately similar in many aspects within this industry in the UK, which I've been true to myself. And by doing that, it's brought me a lot of peace. And that's ideally what I want. Because a lot of individuals, like I say, those who are financially poorest are happiest, but those who are financially wealthy, and I've been to a few, so I know. Yeah.
So would you say that, especially if you're trying to, say for instance, you're going into Hollywood, there's a potential that you could potentially lose a bit of yourself whilst doing that?
It needs to, I mean, you can never lose yourself. There's an African proverb that says, being an adult and forgetting your childhood is equivalent of a tree forgetting its roots. You need your roots in order to blossom. Now, it's okay to blossom if it elevates you as an individual, but are you doing it just for ends meet? Are you doing it for your own sanity?
Yeah.
Because if you do it for the wrong things, I promise you, you will never be happy. You might think you might be happy because I wanted this car, I wanted this phone. And then that's when, unfortunately, the external influences comes in. Then they start people drinking, drugs, all of that, mental depression, just simply because they wanted X amount. But when you realize sometimes mental health is not actually mental health, it's sometimes the fluctuation of the human body. Because I study a bit of nutrition.
Yeah.
Alcohol has a relationship with organs. That's why when you drink, you get emotional. It's not rocket science. It's over there. So it's just that concept where I feel like I stopped drinking 6 years ago, and I'm literally seeing life as clear. And not to say, had I taken that route when I was in my early 20s, I don't know how I would have handled that situation.
Of course.
In that kind of pressure, demand environment. And I want individuals to say, if you're going to do something, make it make sense. That's all it is. I can't conversate on a person's journey because I'm not walked a mile in it.
Of course.
From my own perspective, I've seen I can be a part of it without needing to be a part of it. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that. Even when I'm looking at acting, I must have, when I was in school, one of the subjects I did excel in was drama.
Okay.
I did actually excel in drama. I think obviously when you watch a lot of My Wife and Kids, One-on-One, all of them.
Hey,
you
those
start
are good
mimicking
shows,
all of
bro.
Those are some serious shows, man. There were some serious shows. And I remember doing drama, and in fact, it was actually the subject I scored the highest in my GCSEs.
Okay.
Actually. Something I wasn't never in my mind to ever take serious, because as you know, with me, I was football. That was it. Now, when it comes to acting, I wonder if it's similar to football. When I obviously look at not just young players now, but I was probably the same. A lot of us want to be footballers for the external. It isn't necessarily about playing the game. I love playing. I mean, we're saying that it is that, but really it's the Sky Sports. It's the 50K a week, whatever it is, the fame, all of that, right? Would it be the same, not necessarily for you, but in the acting world, would you say a lot of people that want to act are more focused on that, or is it the ability to act?
Art is a beautiful artistic expression, acting. And there fortunately has been an increasing rise of reality. Yeah. Whatever show you take, your big reality TV shows, influencers. And it seemed like an easy route to simply pick them because they already got the following. So the nuance of actually crafting an art, similar like trading, you don't just turn up to a football match and ball unless you're Ledley King.
Unless you're that guy. Yeah,
there you go.
Guy,
but even then, he had to earn his stripes. It's not
100%.
like, okay, so there's certain individuals who think, okay, someone told me I look fly, I could play a certain role, but that's it. You're not a certain role. You're going to show a range of things. Then maybe sometimes on the pitch, we may not need a number 10. We may need a number 6. But unfortunately, people go by that publicity. It's like, oh, let me be the star guy who gets the goals. Those who do the most grittiest work are the real, most authentic people. And I can honestly say the most talented people, probably the same in football, most talented people are not the ones who necessarily make it.
You hear that all the time, though, innit?
There you go.
Yeah, it was between me and my friend. My friend was much better than I was. And you hear that all the time. You know what I mean?
So it's a sad reality because I feel the art has disintegrated. It will never die though.
When you say disintegrate, what's caused that? What would you say the
It's,
root
yeah,
is?
it's okay. So Matt Damon said a very beautiful quote. He said that the reasons a lot of movies are gone plateau is simply for the fact that they don't have a second release anymore. Second release used to be cinema, DVD.
Yeah.
We don't have the latter anymore. So, because we don't have a potential of another boost, they just play it safe.
Yeah.
They say, okay, let's just stick with what we know because X millions are going into it. We don't want to. It's more this damage limitation.
Okay, yeah.
And there's only so much plateau you can do until you say, actually, no, we need to step it up. And that's where the certain individuals are captivating into it. That's where John Boyega's coming, Daniel Indris as well, Damson Indris, I say. Just all of them, they're trying to switch it up a little bit because it's kind of being quite safe. And when you be safe, naturally, progression won't happen. If you do 10 push-ups every single day now until next year, progression is not going to happen. So sometimes you may just need to do 11 or 12. So I just feel people need to be a little bit brave and acknowledge risk and fear, because fear, I'm a firm believer that God put the best things on the other side of fear.
Without doubt.
So let's go through it, that's all.
Without doubt. So even as life as an actor, like, so if someone was to ask you, or I'm asking you, what is that like? So how disciplined do you have to be in order to be in the position you're in now? Is it something that you really have to say, I have to focus. I might have to stay away from this because I'm focusing on that. Like how intense can it get?
It's quite intense. Many feel like when you're doing a 30-minute sitcom or 2-hour filming, that's all long it takes. It's actually insane. A 2-hour movie probably would take a year to make.
Yeah.
A year, and you just start like, because you're doing a lot of repeating yourself.
Of course.
Your embodiment of an individual. I never really take myself as a person into the character. I subtract myself and bring that character into me, because I need to walk a mile in their shoes, like I was saying earlier. It's very hard because you're doing 5 a.m. shoots. You're on non-stop until midday, maybe have a few hour break, then you're on again at 10 p.m. and you got to be back 5 a.m. But you still need to look fresh. You got to do the hair. You need to know when am I moving, what line am I saying, but I need to hear. It's not as pretty as everyone thinks it is.
When they see the finished
cut.
Yeah.
Like of course, you see the masterpiece.
But
there's a lot of intense work, and that's what I actually appreciate more. Even though I'm a very confident person, I actually don't like that kind of attention.
Okay.
I prefer to just show what I'm capable of doing, master my piece. I love crowds, but I don't like it all being focused on myself. So yeah, it's a difficult thing to have a balance of it, but I appreciate the journey more than the end goal.
Yeah, no, I hear that. So even with that, when you're looking at obviously other actors, who's like your biggest inspirations, or who do you feel like that is my favorite actor? Like, I love this guy, I love this girl. Who's the ones that stand out for you?
Current?
Yeah, let's go with current. Like right
current. Now. What would you prefer, UK or US?
Give us one of each.
Okay. UK, I'll mention him again, Mr. Kaluuya.
Yeah.
He's good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, I'm just because of the person I'm gonna just say Daniel Kaluuya. I'm also gonna mention 3 ones to watch.
Okay. Yeah. Give us that.
There's a lady. All 3 of them are girls.
Okay.
Jocelyn Manu.
Right.
She can get an Oscar.
Yeah. What's she got coming up that we might be able to look at, go and watch? And
okay, I don't know what I know she's filming at the moment. I don't know what it is because of NDA.
Right.
So naturally, I have done work with her before. I created my first short film and I got her in here Just type in Jocelyn Manu.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's another one.
Okay.
Another one called Michaela Moore.
Yeah.
Incredible. I did a workshop with Femi Ogans, who is the agent for John Boyega, Letitia Wright, basically all the top black actors in the UK. And literally after that workshop, he signed on to an agency literally the very next day. And I already saw it. And it's a weird one. She's from the US, but she moved to London for a career. Whatever works. I don't, but
find your pathway in it, man.
legit, and it makes sense. She explained it. So Michaela Moore, she's another one. And another one, she's quite young, but I've already seen yours, is Talia, I want to say Talia Smith or Talia Wright. Those three are definitely
up and coming, ones to watch.
Like that one, I'm confident.
So give us a little bit of a Michaela's story. So obviously, as you said, come from the US, come to UK. What was the light bulb? I got to do that.
No, it made complete sense because when I went to the US, I noticed there wasn't a sense of appreciation of rehearsal and training.
Yeah.
Because the UK still has this etiquette of West End, formal, traditional, old-fashioned, very hard. And I'm a screen actor and I've done stage, but I'm telling you, any screen actor you ever meet and says that screen actors are better than stage, they're lying to your face.
Okay, why? Why would it be lying?
Stage actors are incredible.
100%.
The way they project, the way they can fill a room and make it feel small. They have no room to make mistakes.
One chance, one shot.
All of that. It's just, and then, I just think stage. So she acknowledged that. So she knew that training would be better in the UK.
Right.
And she can go there not worrying about when she goes to the US about visa, work permits, all that, because she's already from there. So she's taking already just that already nuance, and she's in her 20s and she's got that kind of mentality. I'm like, yeah.
Mentality monster right there, man.
There you go, and Jurgen Klopp vibe, man.
You know what I mean? Mentality monster right there. Because even with just kind of what you're saying about stage actors, just the other day I was saying to myself, you know what, my favourite actor at the moment, not because of what he's currently doing now and how successful he's been, but Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. And that's only because I sit at home sometimes and I'm watching old WWE skits.
Love them.
And I'm like, this guy was incredible. I forget now, because obviously I even watched his return the other day and I was like,
I haven't watched it yet.
you just have to go and watch it.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's electric. And I'm just like, when you were younger, spitting all of this, he did one on William Regal and he did an English accent. And I'm like, this guy, he's talented. There's no, like, looking at it again as an adult, I'm like, I understand why you can't go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I can understand now because I'm watching you here and I'm like, you have to keep a crowd going. You only have one shot at this and you have to deliver it. And you're someone that everyone expects to deliver it.
Yeah.
Constantly. I'm like, you know what? You are a serious guy. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really appreciate his work. Just because I'm here in my 30s now, still laughing at something he's making me laugh at. When I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? I'm still finding him funny. You know what I mean? So going back to stage, I mean, WWE actors, they only have one shot. There and then.
And they're doing a lot more as well. A lot of acrobatic movements. Take it as you want and fake it not, but they still need to execute.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's an incredible industry, man.
And it very much, what you say about how you always have to deliver top, one chance. Kobe Bryant said one of the things he used to most look forward to before or at a match is knowing someone in the crowd is watching him live for the first time. And that is it's an honor. It's an honor. I've done things where individuals and people as a whole come for me. I don't feel it as a burden, and I'm pretty sure Kobe or anyone else has seen it that way. It's generally, wow, you've come out your house for me. All right, I'm gonna give you. That's all the motivation you need. So
100%.
Sometimes motivation is really not hard to get when you're in that element. I will tell you one thing. It's very common with comedians, actors, singers, anyone. Before we step on set, stage, pitch, court, we are very nervous.
100%.
Very, very nervous.
100%. Start to worry.
Yeah, it's just the butterflies. It's just like,
yeah.
I know I'm capable. I know I've done this plenty of times.
You've done it plenty of times.
But it's just like, whoa. And you look out on the side and it's like, wow, there's people outside, you know? Outside. So, So, and it's a great motivation to always acknowledge that. So most of my work kind of has a big influence on the next generation.
Yeah.
Because I don't plan on, like I said, if it was just for myself, I would have been in Hollywood a long time ago. But I'm here to leave long-lasting legacy, and
That's what's up.
I'm switching up a little bit this year.
That's what's up. So even going off the point of next year, so what can people expect from you this year? What's the plans? What's Frankie's plans this year, 2024? On episode 24, what you telling me?
Tell me again, man. You don't expect me to give you 24 reasons now. Hey.
Well, I mean, we could try.
Well, okay, I've got a lot. So what would you like? I can give you personal, professionally, spiritually, redemption, equilibrium.
Give us
I'm happy with any.
a bit personal, which leads into your profession. So where personal is going to help with the professional element of what you're doing. So where is Frankie going towards in 24? What's he trying to achieve?
So I'm on a spiritual journey right now in my life.
Yeah.
I'll say it's been full throttle for 4 years. And through being in a spiritual journey, I found peace within myself. And that's allowed me to even enhance something. So I did a shoot with Mason Mount.
Okay.
Yeah, Chelsea, United player. It was Chelsea player at the time.
Right.
And there was a person, because he's incognito, I'm not going to mention his name.
Cool.
There was a person he was with.
Right.
Then basically all the producer directors said, "Oh, you saved the shoot," to myself. I was like, and then he said to me, "Show me your social media." It wasn't like, "What is your social media?" He's like, "Show me your social." I was like, okay, showed it. It was like, duh, 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 duh. And he was telling me, he was basically Mason Mount's social media manager.
Right.
And he was telling me what I got to do to execute a bit more. He is, honestly, he's the originator of Frankie Energy.
Yeah.
He's the person, he didn't even say it. It was just one of the things that kind of, oh, we're going to do this, or trying to create some energy, like some Frankie kind of energy. So he perpetuated my mentality to resonate with me spiritually, to project my energy. And personally, right now, last year, I found a lot of peace. Now this year, I'm planning to find a lot of joy. I have a lot of joy. And now I want to extend it to other people. Acting is forever going to be there.
100%.
Hosting is heightening to becoming more of my thing as well now.
Okay.
I love crowd interaction, feeling the presence of the people. So acting wise, I've got quite a few things which we're going to mention. At the same time, hosting is just organically growing. As I mentioned before we got on, just the crowd that I'm generating, it's not going through a 15-minute fame. It's not the talk of the town. It's not a viral thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are like that, and then the balloon bursts.
Yep.
But mine is just, it was like that, just
Slowly.
slowly. I'm just seeing the crowds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not like dramatic big. Let's say I'll have a crowd when I'm hosting an event. Let's say happily there's 50 people there. Next week, there'll probably be 55 or 57. And the week after, it'll be 62. So it's just getting there. And I'm seeing it now to the point where the aim is to start doing festivals.
Okay.
I will. So being on a spiritual journey, I've got one soul sister called Coco. She's very spiritual.
Shout out to Coco, man.
Yeah, Coco's beautiful soul, beautiful soul. And she said to me last year, she's from Cameroon. And she's very happy. She said, "I tell you, Frankie, I tell you, one day you're going to be performing on stage. I tell you this." I'm like, whatever. It's smoky too much.
Yeah.
Because this hosting thing was just all bright. I got into it by accident. And now to the point where I can see where she's going. I'm not going to say who I could potentially host for this year, just because nothing's confirmed yet.
Yeah.
And don't want to look back at this and what happened. But it's to the point where I'm now performing where potentially be on stage with A-listers.
Okay.
And I'm talking Grammy nominees.
Yeah. Superstars.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm already in conversations with their people and my people. So I can already feel it's coming. So professionally, hosting is looking. The end goal with hosting, and I believe now Coco, will be Wembley Stadium. Or maybe Olympic Stadium. We'll see.
Yeah. Either way ain't too bad, man.
Yeah. So this year, I can say I'm going to do some more hosting at Croydon's Bok. There was a few thousand. Then after Croydon, there's level 2. I'm going to try do one of the Apollos or one of the O2 Academies.
Okay.
They do a few festivals. I line myself for 2025 to start looking at bigger venues. So.
I hear that, man. So, like, again, for viewers that don't know exactly, because I don't know exactly what hosting is. So, what is hosting? What is your role in that?
Is to ensure that I'm having a good time. but most importantly, you guys are all welcome to enjoy the good time with me.
Yeah.
I'm there to ensure we've come out, we've left our house. The weather's not always great.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy ourselves.
Have
So
a blast.
that's it. Master ceremony kind of hype the crowd out to the point where you kind of forget. That's my main thing, where you forget everyday life. That's always been my core as a performer.
I also think that's probably a part of your personality as well.
You reckon?
I think
Okay.
that's why you have the ability to, as you said before, get on with a range of people. And I think that is your ability to be able to project good energy in different areas, because everyone gets energy from different sources and different ways, and some things energize people more than others and all that sort of thing. I think that's naturally a part of what you've got as a person that allows you to dip into that and actually take that forward. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. That's very true, because it's weird. I always get asked, even being as an MC and host, being around, getting everyone hyped up, getting them sing along. Dude, what song do you? All right, cool. We're gonna do that song, but I want to see you dance it the best and ever. Kind of like, it kind of feels like an adult playground. You know what, guys, let's just turn up.
Just loosen up, man.
Yeah,
Chill,
that's
man.
it.
I hear it.
Mobility is a little bit stiffer as we get older, so
cool.
I just
Of course,
gotta
man.
stretch out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm that kind of person, and I don't find it draining, because I can't remember who. Someone told me you're entitled to be selfish sometimes.
Facts.
And when I feel that the energy I've given out is draining myself, I always say, all right, guys, I'll be back. And I always step out, and that's why I always end up in another country.
So let's give us the last 5 countries you've been to.
Oh, my goodness.
In order. So the one that you just came from, the one before that,
Shit. Can I even remember?
Must be nice, boy.
I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I will get to it.
Yeah.
But this is why I say can I remember? There was one time I was under a certain influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zip. Okay.
So I was convinced I was in Italy. 100%. I was like, man's in Italy right now. I know I'm in Italy.
And where was you? Come on.
I was in Barcelona, bro, man. Bro,
Hey.
I was just looking sign. I was there. Then I was like, hey, come on, I go there. I was like, okay, maybe it's a different dialect of Italian. Can I speak Italian? I was like, nah, I don't understand. Maybe I'm really influenced. And then just later to know, no, man's in Spain. So
You must have been having a blast for that to even occur.
listen, I've had a very exciting life. And I'll give you 2 truths and 1 lie. But
Go
to your
on.
original question, so last year, I took my mom to Spain.
Nice.
That was my first holiday.
that Barca?
I took her to Mallorca, the island.
Mocha.
Yeah. That was a good milestone. It actually brought our relationship even tremendously stronger than what it was.
That's what's up.
Then after that, last year was really weak for me. After that, I went to Afro Nation, Portugal.
Yep.
Then I think I went to France. Yeah, I think I did only 3 or 4 countries. But the year before that, I did 13 countries in 12 months.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And one of those countries has to be Qatar at some point, right? Or have we missed that?
So yeah, Qatar was 2022. Yeah, so yeah, Qatar. So when I was in Qatar, I went to the neighboring country. I went to Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I also went to Emirates as well. I had plans to go to Jordan, but just time and situation. But yeah, Qatar was one of the many of the places we've been to.
Yeah, and what's the plan for 2024? Is there any that's lined up? Yep, I'm going here next, I'm going there next, or
Yeah, so we are. So I want to try and take my mum again somewhere for her birthday.
okay,
And for my birthday, I'm going to do an African road trip with my dad.
nice.
So I'm leaving it to him. I'm happy to openly say it. So basically, we could either do from South Africa. The end goal is Malawi. That's where I originally come from.
Okay.
Those who don't know, Malawi is the only African country that's never been to war. We're
Really?
peace, yeah. We're known as the heart of Africa.
Mm.
And I think that kind of embeds in me as being a relaxed, charming person.
100%, 100%.
No one in my country necessarily knows what war is.
Yeah.
And we don't get it.
Yeah.
I
Don't
mean,
understand
like-
it. Don't see the point.
Like, but everyone else in the world's doing it. So maybe like
You're missing out. Or
yeah,
something,
exactly.
but-
It's like,
or
no,
maybe
why is
you're
everyone
not.
jumping?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's one of them one.
Yeah.
So I plan on taking my dad to we're gonna have a road trip. End goal is Malawi. So we're either gonna start South Africa because he wants to show me an un-tourist part of Victoria Falls.
Okay.
which you can only see if you go via Zimbabwe. But at the same time, we also want to do a country together for the first time. So if we're taking that route, we'll probably be in Namibia. So I said, yo, the dad, where we go. So
Pops, man.
Yeah, whatever, Namibia or South Africa, but we're leading up to Malawi. And then after, my favorite thing in the whole world is happening this year. And I love the Olympics. So I'm going to be going to Paris.
Olympic, yeah. Where is it this time? I should know
Paris.
this sort of stuff.
Paris.
It's in Paris.
Paris.
Okay.
Hey, man. Olympics? That's our episode
Yeah, I
of
know you were telling me off air, that's your bag, man. You love that, man. That's your...
Like, I worked in the London Olympics.
Yeah.
I did not know what to expect.
Yeah.
And that was, till this day, the best summer I ever had.
I was going to ask just now, like, what was that like? Obviously, I'm watching it on TV, living around the corner from it, but not really soaking in. I was too busy working, but...
Yeah,
what
exactly. So my job was an NOC. An NOC is basically like the PA and personal person that looked after the athletes firsthand.
Yeah.
I had the country Malta, and they didn't have a lot of athletes, so I had a lot of free time.
Right.
And with that job, you get free food, I got a free car to drive them around. Phone. Yeah, I had the Mini Cooper.
Did you just give it back?
Unfortunately, yeah, man. That killed me. They said you're only meant to use it when you're working.
Oh, yeah.
No, everyone abused it. Got free Oyster card.
Yeah.
I had a phone that can call anywhere around the world for free, and it was getting paid. This specific one, it was volunteer, but then they had also a protocol for it you can earn money from it as well, and the pay was quite good. And I was like, I understand why this job only exists once every 4 years. So because I had so much time, I saw so many events. I met a lot of people, and to this day, the best night I ever had in my life. And I've been to 51 countries. I've been to World Cups. I've been to spring breaks. I've done all this stuff, but the best night I ever had was in the closing ceremony in the village of London Olympics. Epic, because you think all the greatest athletes are there.
Of course.
In one place.
One
I met the dream team. I was literally as close as you and I were. I was close to Kobe and LeBron. And I asked for a picture, but they were like, no, right now.
Not right now, man.
And they were right in front of me for like 20 minutes. I was like, you motherfucker. We could have had an album by now, but
Trust.
I had a race with a lot of athletes. I met Sir Chris. So I put it this way, because I made friends with some of the athletes. I'm friends with a lot of the track team.
Right.
So Ash Phillips from Team GB, Justin Gatlin from USA. The US team, as a sign of thank you, they gave me their kit.
Okay.
And you can't get them in shops, and you can't get them like it's
course,
specifically tailored for athletes.
Did you get that frame though? You must have that frame.
It's in my house. No, I'm waiting till I get my home. I've got a museum coming up. The museum of Frankie Clarence is coming.
Yeah.
So I was looking, this was about 6 p.m. So I was like, you know what? I ain't going home, you know? Like, well, why am I going? So what I did, I removed the uniform, that purple uniform top.
Yeah, I remember it.
I remember I swapped
was it like beige
like
colored
ba-
truck?
The top was nice, but there was, I don't know what that beige was doing.
I don't know what they were doing.
So I put on, I swapped, I put the USA kit, and I put a US accent. I said, yo, it's my first time in the UK. I'm excited. I did BMX. I didn't do quick two color, but you know, it's awesome. They were buying it. It really burns me that my phone died, but I was on the track on the closing ceremony with Team USA.
No way, man.
But I was literally, doing all of that, all of that, and then the village was insane because it's unlimited drinks, unlimited alcohol. There's everything you need. Michelle Obama was there. I could have met her because I had the kit and I met some of the US people. They were like, "Oh, have you come back from Michelle?" I was like, "What?" So yeah, Michelle Obama said, "Did you not get the email?" Obviously, I'm not an athlete. I was like, "Oh, is that today?" So I tried to run back to the Team USA house, but she was gone. But Jackie Chan was there.
The fact you even got that close is commendable.
Bro,
that is serious, bro.
I've got mild stories. I can tell it's a little bit uncensored, so we'll save it for another day. But one of the worst sporting kept secrets is about what happens in the Olympic Village.
Okay.
All right. So one of us had
what happens in Olympic Village?
It
stays.
And when I heard
E20, we're talking E20 right now.
That didn't even exist pre-2012.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, let's take out EastEnders like that.
Not EastEnders. Not talking about EastEnders. What happened in E20, the real one, when he was first born?
Vibes. It was.
It stays there.
No. I can tell you a whole book of it, but just to show people the experiences I have, I'll give you 3 facts about myself. 2 are true, and 1 is a lie.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Number 1, I've had a race with Usain Bolt.
Okay.
Number 2, I've smoked with Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
And number 3, I've acted in a movie with Idris Elba.
Damn, so
Yeah, one of them's a lie.
let's ask some questions. Let's ask questions. We're gonna have to find you. We're gonna have to suss you out. So race with Usain Bolt, yeah?
Yes.
What was that? 20 meters, 100 meters?
100.
It was 100. On the track, was it just in the village?
It was indoor track.
It was indoor track,
Yes.
yeah? 100 meters indoor track. And that's at the Olympic Village?
Pardon?
That's at the Olympic Village,
No.
yeah? No? Whereabouts was that?
Brunel.
Brunel. Okay.
Brunel
Might check it out.
University.
Anyone that went to Brunel, let me know, man. Quickly
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
signing in there. Okay.
They'll
Alright.
tell you where the Jamaica team train.
Yeah, okay. Idris Elba. So you allowed to tell us what set that was? What show? What was it for?
That one.
I prefer not to speak because
Yes,
if I speak,
yeah.
I'm in big trouble.
I prefer not to speak,
I
huh?
prefer not to speak.
Yeah, I still need to run a few paychecks.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that.
Paychecks.
So
contracts.
that set's already been that's done. As in you've done that, or is there still more to go with that?
That's the thing. So you got pre-production, you got production, and you got post-production.
Yeah.
All right. It actually production is probably the most annoying thing to do in filming, even though that's what we see. Pre-production, you go align finance, marketing, insurance, all of that. Production, you just film, and post, you got to do the editing, as you know about editing. So it's not necessarily things are made, but they never come out when they do. For example, I'm Legend. No one knows that actually came out 3 years after filming.
I can believe that because I remember what's this guy's name in EastEnders? Is it Jay? The boy that was he wasn't adopted by Billy. He's still in it now. I know he's still. I can't remember
Blonde
his
hair?
last name.
Blonde hair?
Yes.
Yes, I know you know.
I used to get bored with my dad.
Yeah,
Goals.
yeah, that's how I know him. Yeah,
I used to
he's
get
still
bored with
there.
him And I remember we might have been playing with him in like July, I think it was. Like, and they said, "Oh, so what episode you working on now?" He goes, "Oh, we just finished Christmas." I was like, "Huh?
Yeah.
You've done Christmas already?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
was,
yeah,
that was probably September.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's September, August is when they try and do
Yeah.
that.
So you telling me that I can believe that?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily I can say everything, but it may not come out to fruition as yet. So
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that.
wait for it.
You said the other one was Smoke the Good with Snoop Dogg.
Yes, sir.
So, and that was in the UK during the Olympics, or was that completely separate time?
Not everything happened in the Olympics.
I don't know.
I have
You
a level
said-
like
You said whatever happens in
no,
the
that
20,
was
you know?
in Miami during spring break.
Miami during spring break, yeah? Okay. See, I want the audience to actually take this in, right? I've obviously asked him questions about all three of them, and he's kind of given legitimate answers for all three, which means he can be a serious liar, but he is an actor, so you should be able to do these things anyway. You know
All
what
of
I mean?
them are lies, yeah.
You know what I mean? You practice this all the time. You just have to lie. Right, okay.
What are we going for?
I mean, the Snoop Dogg one was a quite short answer, but then you also went not off track. I wouldn't say that, but you gave me a long answer when it came to Idris Elba. Usain Bolt. You said you did a race with the track team for USA, not necessarily Jamaica. I'm gonna go that one first.
Okay, you're going for
Usain Bolt.
because of the connection of USA.
Yeah.
You're actually incorrect.
Oh, he was actually correct. I was like, yeah,
No,
sussed
incorrect.
him out. Okay, so wait, okay, it's my last chance. Do I want to go with your long-winded answer? Or the short,
Very short one.
Yeah.
Two different spectrums.
Two
of
different
it.
spectrums. Proper actor, this guy. Proper actor.
Leave the people guessing.
Although I did think the Usain Bolt one was pretty legit, which is why I went for that first. Idris Elba. That's the one.
That's correct.
Should have gone with that one
Yeah.
first. I knew it because you gave me a long answer. I was like, yeah, he's going around the houses a little bit here. You know
so
what I mean?
I've done an Instagram live, and he's mentored me a bit, Idris.
Okay.
That's the levels of people. Individuals are not that far away from me. I would probably say I could call first hand and speak to all of these people, but yeah, Idris is someone who just gave me advice, but I've never actually been in a movie with him. So
The
it's
fact
a
you
natural
got
one. When
advice
you
is a
are
blessing, man.
actor, that's the wild card trick.
Yeah, but the fact that you've at least had advice from him is a blessing as it is, man. You know what I mean? The fact that you've even had advice of him.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I take everyone because I'm very intrigued. Like I said earlier, everyone we know knows something we don't. So like, there's an African proverb said, we're created with 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we need to listen more and talk less. Many times we tend to act like we've got 2 mouths and 1 ear. So I just started actually absorbing what everyone just says. And I just kind of, okay, what did they do to get to this level? Because it's not just about saying the words in a script. It's bringing that essence of character. What are you doing when no one's watching? So it's just one of the things that I just kind of always try and develop myself every day. And right now I'm on the creative side of it, of creating my own material now.
Yeah.
So just like always take a stepping stone. Like even times out, like Daniel Kaluuya, he's just produced, directed something on Netflix now with Kano in it.
Okay.
Yeah, so just everyone's taking that creative input because it's high time now as us as individuals, especially Black community, to be our own bosses. We've got the resources, we've got the knowledge. We may not have the structural environment, but I live my life of never problems, only solutions. Because if you equate and add to a problem, you become the problem.
100%.
Like
100%.
anyone can complain, but what are you
100%.
preventing to resolve that? So that's a solution. And funny enough, that quote. So here's the thing: I was going through a few tough times, particularly that period, and I worked my butt off and did what I needed to. Had to do a few yes man moves
Yeah.
just to accumulate so I can get to Qatar World Cup.
Make
Because
it
I
ends meet.
knew, and people are still trying to convince me, but I knew that was going to be my last World Cup. Because I've just been and done it. I've done 4 World Cups now.
Done 4.
Yeah.
And in your lifetime, how many World Cups has happened?
So the first one was 2010, so I missed
Oh,
2006,
Yeah.
2,
Oh, so you went to South
98,
Africa, yeah?
and 4. So I missed 4. So I'm 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Yeah.
100%. That was good, though,
That's a
man.
it's a good return.
You
So
watch any of the England games?
I have
As in, no, the South Africa one in particular.
in South Africa.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch any
Oh,
England
yeah,
games.
okay.
No. I went the England games in the World Cup. I've seen Euro games in England.
Okay.
For World Cups, I have seen England, Belgium, in Russia. That was the one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, in 2018. Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming because both went through and they were
Of
playing their
course,
second
playing for
teams.
nothing.
And it was the
Yeah,
last game. I was
yeah,
like, you man just took my coins. But
Yeah.
but yeah, no, World Cup. If you ever can,
It's one of those things, isn't it? You
go.
just have to-
World Cup are very good trips.
But how are they as expensive as people may think they are?
It's not.
So when you say no, when did you decide I'm going to that? Was it the year before, 2 years? Was it 6 months, 2 months?
So South Africa 2010, I knew in probably 2006 because
First.
I was going back. I was going home.
Yeah.
So 14, I knew. So if it was in July, I probably knew in January. Russia was the last minute one.
Okay.
Russia, I probably decided probably 2 or 3 weeks.
And you reckon you got good deals for that, yeah? As in, like,
Yeah.
no one's
So
burning their pocket together.
what it is, it's one of the things you just kind of need to just get there.
Right.
Tickets are always going to be available.
Be available. See what you're saying?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. And sometimes there'll be stupid prices, but sometimes you end up getting really good prices and for cheap.
And you would have to be open to watching games rather than I'm only here to see England.
Yeah, you can get, if you want a specific game, you can get it.
Of course.
But you're just limiting yourself.
It's
But yeah,
better to be open
you
about
definitely
it and just
can.
go and see some games.
So put it this way, there was even tickets going for free in the Qatar
No
one.
way,
It was getting to that point because what it was, how the World Cups work is 3 games every day.
Yeah.
Qatar is the size, if not smaller than London.
Really?
Yeah, it's a very small country.
Really?
But what worked in their favor, if I say to build 10 new stadiums in London, we're fighting a losing battle.
Of course.
But let's imagine London just had just a canvas.
Yeah.
land. You're easy to create
Course,
something from
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So infrastructure was quite good. Of course, Middle Easterns are quite good at that department. So they
100%.
managed to navigate it. So a lot of people did a lot of matches. So technically, put it this way, before Qatar World Cup, the record, one person went to most World Cup matches in one tournament was 15.
Right.
I did 14 and I was exhausted. I know so many people that went to 30 games, 40 games. I know someone who went to every single game.
No way.
Every single.
Is that even possible?
It is. It is because let's say a game is at 12 p.m. Next one's at 4 p.m. Next one's at 8 p.m.
All in the same stadium, or you have to?
No, it's all around. But don't forget, it's smaller than London. And you've got the transportation now. There's, bro, that public transport, they're underground. Felt like I was in the Jetsons. Remember that card? Futuristic as hell. They had some armchairs. I was like,
Oh, so
yeah.
it's not Central Line, no? It's
No,
not
no,
Central
no,
Line.
no, no, no Bakerloo vibes,
No
man.
Bakerloo.
No, even Elizabeth line was put to shame because that was a plush one. So yeah, I've gone to World Cups. I've done 4 of them. I don't need to.
I heard it, man. You
The
conquered it, man.
only thing, and which I hope it doesn't happen because that means I will go, is so it's next one's in USA, Canada, and Mexico.
Yeah. North America, yep.
Yeah, so US, Canada's beautiful. I wouldn't
been there,
necessarily yet. I haven't done Mexico yet, and there's a possibility because really, truly, the World Cup for me is once again being a people person. It's the people. I've seen a perfect world, and it's very sad that the world hasn't seen it. I've seen different nationalities where your physical appearance is the least interesting thing about you. They don't care
Yeah, I
if you're
can
black,
imagine.
white,
Yeah,
Asian,
yeah.
gay, Hispanic, whatever. Because
Made of money, not made of money.
legit, we all just have a common thing. We love football. Only thing you're doing in World Cup holidays, talking football, playing football, watching football, and going out. That's it. And in Qatar, I moved around quite a bit because the prices are money. So I had to move around a little bit. So the second place I stayed was like a halls of residence.
Okay.
And they had football pitches all around.
Sweet. I'll be loving life, bro.
Bro, and they had big screens there. They had shops. Any time in the day, there was at least minimum 20 people on the pitch.
That's what's up.
It's a 7-side pitch, so people were inside.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
beautiful because there was like one team I had. We had one Danish person, 2 Koreans, a Brazilian, had a German, and an African. No one spoke the same language, but we all
had to make
bought
it. Football's one language, man.
There you go. There you
know
go.
what I mean?
It was funny because some Brazilian fans who were playing were against Argentinian fans and ended up being a scrap. But how everyone just shut the whole deal. I was no. Let's show you us.
No one's understanding, but the language,
all of that.
the hands gestures is telling you the
Beautiful.
story.
We're watching the same match and people are sharing food. Literally just met 10 minutes ago, sharing food together where you don't even need to speak the same language. You're going to say Messi or Ronaldo. The conversation flows. And you start wondering, it's like, yo, everyone's getting along. There's no sense of hostility. Yes, there's stupidity, but overall things, everyone's happy. And we call that the Roman circus, unfortunately. Are you aware of what the Roman circus is?
No, never heard of it.
So Roman circus is from the name. It's from the Romans, all right? What they tend to do when the people were getting upset with the pharaohs, the emperors, and they felt that the leaders were doing them wrong, they would create a circus. So they'll do half prices, entry Colosseum, prostitution will be cheaper, alcohol will be cheaper. It'll be a whole big frenzy to the point where the people are like, wow, look at all this amazing thing he's doing for us. Little they know, they forget what he did, and then things go back to normal and he continues what they're doing. And that is something that's been continued since Roman time to now. It's not an accident that every 4 years there's election, every 4 years there's Olympics, why there's a Super Bowl in certain times. Because if you look, every time when things are about to boil over, it still happens, oh, there's something to celebrate, whether that's a royal family wedding or whether that's Olympics in London or it's coming home. There's always something distracting us from the bigger picture. And that's been a continuous thing that's happened in humanity for a very long time.
It's not by choice. It's not by fluke, is it?
And the thing, what's made it worse, there's a quote, one of my mentors, Alan Hunt, he said, the new media is now within the screen. That's how you do it. But the screen is always a different size, but it's the same. It used to be a cinema. And now we've got this plasma screen. Okay, I got my iPad or the laptop is great, but the screen is still a screen. And what comes with that is, what is the new distraction? Challenges on social media.
Of course.
I'll be fair. I've done my fair share of ridiculous social media trends or challenges, but then in the essence, it kind of distracts us from what we're actually meant to be focused on. And this may end up me saying or may not, but that is probably the only thing, top of my head, I can agree with what Donald Trump was trying to do with TikTok in the Western world. He was saying that TikTok is actually a distraction. If you look at the algorithms in China and Russia, There's nothing, no dancing, it's basically an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
It's very formal, it's to the point it's not seen as a hobby, it's more seen as getting information. But China created it and they made it into what we know in the Western world, and that's why it's become a distraction. So it's just about focusing on the bigger picture, because the circus is always going on, but do you have to pay attention to that circus?
100%.
That's where we get it wrong. So we'll see how individuals work. I'm just doing my part because everyone says I want to change the world, but they ain't even change the corner of the street. They ain't taking out the garbage yet.
So
this is
it. Ain't washing them damn dishes.
There you go. It's easy to talk. So I'm just now in this level now in my life where I've got the right people around me, and now I'm not pushing for what I generally do deserve, because I'm owed a few things.
That's what's up. That's what we want to hear, man. Last couple of questions from me. They're kind of interlinked anyway. One, it's probably a silly question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do drama in school?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
See,
That's a very good question.
You know, I have to ask that because, again, you have people that are at school
Mm-hmm.
feeling that they have to do X subjects to be able to do X. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was one of those, funny enough, I wasn't able to do GCSE.
Mm-hmm.
When I say able to, is my teachers wouldn't allow me to, because they saw it as academically I wasn't very strong. I didn't necessarily care enough. Focus football. And that's what they were worried about. They were worried if I come into GCSE, I'm thinking it's just go out on the court or in the playground and just play sport, and that's it, when there's obviously a lot more to it.
Mm-hmm.
But that could have easily deterred me away from ever doing sport. Obviously, I've stayed in sport ever since anyway. But yeah, I thought, let me ask that question of, so drama was not a thing for you in school. Is there a reason for it, or is it just...
So, I actually wanted to be a chef.
First.
I really wanted to be a chef in my school, which is Eastbury. It's called Eastbury Academy now.
Is it an academy now, yeah?
Yeah,
you played Eastbury a few times back in the day, man.
Yeah. What school do you go?
St. Bonds, man.
Oh, you're an SB, bro. Okay, yeah.
SB, come on, man.
Yeah. So, do you know, this is how iconic my school is. We are the only school in Europe that's produced 2 World Cup football captains. Can't touch us, man. What about this, man?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to flip that. Our teachers told us that we are the best school in East London. And they were right. I stick by that.
Hey, did you guys win any trophies, by the way? Because
St. Bonds.
Yeah. No, your year, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we win Essex?
You won Essex.
I don't know kind of what year it was.
Okay, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, we did Essex. Also, we're in all boys school, so we have an advantage. You know what I mean? But in between my year, the year group above me and year group below me were serious guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we had two players from our year that went to obviously become pros. The year above, I think about 3 of them became pro.
Mm.
The year below, I think there was 2. But St. Bonds has always been that school that produces footballers. Somewhere it might be 1, it might be 2. And I mean, going like the whole way and having a career in it.
Mm.
But yeah.
But I heard of it. It was a dope school.
But
I always wonder, how's it like going to an all-boys school?
You know what? People ask this question all the time. Like, how do you survive? Blah, 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 blah. When I left primary school, I didn't want to go anywhere else except St. Bonds. That was like, with a man, them football. That's what you're thinking, right? But it's funny, I was chatting to Dallas once. I know we spoke about it a couple of years ago. It might have been, maybe not a couple, about 10 years ago. Being in a boys' school, it was good for us at the time, like fine. But I think it also holds us back.
Okay.
In the sense of when it comes to interacting with women, maybe not necessarily now because we're now men, but when you start interacting with women again, especially in maybe a professional environment like a classroom or in a corridor, you almost don't know how to act because we're used to talking to a woman because you're interested. You know what I'm saying? So obviously St. Angela's was obviously a couple of roads away. We're going out to St. Angela's. We're not going there for a little chit chat.
Of course.
You know what I mean? We're going there to
it's that time.
Do some research and explore. Do you see what I'm saying?
Extracurricular.
I remember when I first went to sixth form and obviously had to share a classroom with girls again, first time in 5 years, that was a bit like, oh, shit.
Okay.
Like if I sit next to you, does that mean I like you? Does that mean that you think I fancy you? Like little weird things like that because we are so used to just being surrounded by dudes all the time.
I get that.
But I think it might have given us a little bit of focus, some of us anyway. But at the same time, there's obviously an experience in school life that we obviously didn't. We didn't get it because we went to no boys' school. You see what I'm saying? So I know the experience of what you would have had in the mixed in comparison to me is
Yeah, I don't think there's that dramatically different than people presume they are. just the environment just altered just a little bit. As you mentioned, St. Anne's was not too far away.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just that nuanced thing. Because to be honest, you need to look, a lot of the ones who do have maybe girl problem, boy problem, they're the ones who went to mixed schools.
Anyway.
So it doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah, that's true. That's
you
true.
don't have that kind of rhetoric. I mean, because I know there been some very bad girls who went to Catholic schools. So I know that what the paper says doesn't necessarily mean what it is. So.
I know what Jose Mourinho says. I prefer not to speak. If
Yeah.
I speak, I'm in big trouble. I prefer not to speak.
You know about All Saints?
I know about All Saints.
All right,
I do
then.
know
All right,
about
cool.
All Saints.
Okay, yeah,
I
yes.
do know about All
Yeah,
Saints.
so
Shout out to All Saints, man.
See, you and St. Bonds, they were saying they had all the saints.
All the saints,
All
yeah.
the saints in one. So,
Multiplied, boy.
all of that. So now it was. So in answer to your original question, yeah, I wanted to be a chef. Unfortunately, at that time, I had a very old-fashioned racist teacher. Yeah. It's what she says to me now. It's whatever, but it's a little bit different when you're in an adolescent age.
Of course.
Just different because I had everything structured plan. I was gonna open up a restaurant back home. I was gonna do a certain cuisine that was made with passion. That just all derailed, and yeah, I don't know how things would have altered had I stayed that route because the essence of showmanship was always within me. Maybe I would have been a showmanship restaurant, go around. I don't know, but yeah, maybe it was something that I wanted to do. But I'm okay with the way it went. We're all right now.
Of course. We're all right. Made it out the other side. That's what we want at the end of the day. But listen, my boy Frankie, as always, my boy. Peace and love, man. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Obviously, this is the beginning of 2024. This is episode 24 of What You Telling Me. You killing me with your jealousy.
It was all a dream.
But listen, Frankie, as we said, man, appreciate you coming on the show and sharing that wisdom with us, man.
I'll tell you one thing. I could talk wisdom all day. I wanted to acknowledge that, as I was saying, creativity is where it needs to be as us as individuals, because that's where we can perpetuate our own future and destiny. It's so easy, like I mentioned, it's easy to say things. People talk, but to actually see you guys in your element, physically doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that if you stay focused and do what you got to do in your lane, you always will be on time. So I wanted to come here to you guys where you're most comfortable to say within time.
And just to even add to that, yeah, obviously Frankie didn't mention, he should have mentioned, this is Frankie's first appearance on a pod. So when he goes and makes his big millions, he ain't going to forget about me because we started at the bottom. This is where we here, boy. You know, this is where we were, man.
Mid-table here.
Sorry.
We're talking...
So we're Chelsea.
No, you're a little bit small. At least Irons. At least they've got a European trophy.
Yeah.
People in North
not
London.
Brentford. No, we're not feeding Brentford. Not Brentford thing.
Yeah. I rebuke betting. So with Ivan Toney, I'll
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, I'm all around. I'm very happy with the way you guys are heading, and I wanted to wish you guys well because this year, like I said, I've got things that is not for just Frankie Clarence.
Mm-hmm.
It's for justice for the right people.
That's what's up.
It started here.
This is where it started. You see it right here. It's What You Telling Me, episode 24.
Archive it.
Archive the thing. It's 2024. We out, boy. Peace and love.
Peace, love, and joy.
Amen.
What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me, though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's one Delts. What you telling me, fam?